I'm Miranda. Topping your Newsmax Now update, we've just received word that an unresponsive American aircraft being escorted by U.S. fighter jets crashed. Officials say the small aircraft went down in Jamaica. The Coast Guard says at least 3 people were on board. Initial reports suggest that there might be collateral damage on the ground in Jamaica. We'll, of course, continue to follow the story and bring you the very latest. And we're actually getting an update right now. Officials are saying that plane crashed off the north of the island. This is obviously a developing story, and we'll give you more details as soon as we get them. In other news, the NATO summit came to a close today. The summit focused heavily on Russia's recent incursion into Ukraine. President Obama elaborated on these discussions today.
Our alliance is fully united in support of Ukraine's sovereignty, independence, and territorial integrity, and its right to defend itself.
And the president added that all 28 NATO allies are committing security assistance to Ukraine. This includes humanitarian aid as well as military supplies. Many say the meeting in Wales is one of the most important NATO summits in history. British Prime Minister David Cameron spoke to the media about the ISIS threat following the close of the NATO summit today. Here's what he had to say.
The NATO alliance is clear about the threat that we face, the scale of that threat, and the fact that we must use all the instruments at our disposal, humanitarian, diplomatic, and military.
Cameron says the Iraqis must take lead in the fight against the Sunni militants. He says his country will work with its partners to squeeze this barbaric terrorist organization out of existence. Meanwhile, over in Iraq, the remains of 15 bodies were discovered in a mass grave today. The victims are believed to be 15 Shia truck drivers who were kidnapped by ISIS 3 months ago. The bodies had each been shot in the head. The grave was found after Iraqi security forces and Shia volunteers drove Sunni militants from the area earlier this week. Federal investigators report a hacker broke into healthcare.gov in July. That latest news just came out today. The website was breached then. Investigators say they didn't find any evidence that personal information was stolen. The hack marks the first successful intrusion into the insurance enrollment service. Millions of Americans bought insurance from the site when it was launched last year as part of the Affordable Care Act. The United Nations urges airlines and shipping companies not to cancel flights and docking to countries afflicted with the Ebola outbreak. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon says cancellations will not stop the spread, but prevent medical teams from reaching people in need. I'm Miranda. That was your latest Newsmax Now update.